Hey Ray, it's lovely
Hi,
seeing you. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good here in Argentina. Where are you now?
I'm in
Just like,
London, but I'd
oh,
rather be in Argentina.
I'd rather be in London.
Really? Really? Argentina for me, definitely. I've never been to South America, but I really want to go.
Well, Ray, congratulations for what's coming up for this new show, this new series. Let's get into the Serpent Queen and the life of Catherine de Medici, which is super exciting, and you have managed to show it in such an incredible way. I wonder, can you imagine what it would be like to live in her shoes for a moment with so much passion, intensity, suspense? How was it for you?
I mean, the whole getting into the mindset of that whole period of time was really interesting. Obviously, things were done so completely different then, and the vying for power from so many people, and yeah, for me, it was interesting to play someone that is trying to exert influence over a country, and yeah, just incredibly interesting. That whole period was interesting, but her particularly as a character coming from nothing and working her way up to be I believe the longest leading monarch in France. Like she was, and so that is I mean, it's a real anti-hero story actually.
It was my time to govern. The only way I knew how. Perhaps if we gave him the proper incentive, he would tell us the truth. Cut off his finger.
What?
And what about your character? How did you get involved? How did you get prepared for this character? Because although we know that he's real, it's not a contemporary character to us. I mean, there is no material probably available, as if, I were to tell you for Pope Benedict, let's say, for example, right? So how did you work with this character like this?
I think the first port of call is like what I did was I got the audiobook of the book that the show is based on, and I listened to that. That gave me an idea of the time and got my mindset into that period, and then every bit of information I got about Charles de Guise from that I was kind of jotting down. And then of course there comes an element, because he's not alive, and sometimes if you're doing a period piece but it's not so far a period piece, you can with people that are still alive, and you can discuss and bring elements. In this case, so there comes a point at which you have to make artistic choices as an actor, and you have to go, right, okay, that's the information I have. That was that I was able to take. I was able to build from that point and just build this sense of like resentment. So I could quite clearly go into scenes with certain people and go, because of that, how would he feel about this person?
That's so interesting. So much work done, right? It's incredible. And the most difficult thing to play him, what was it? The most challenging, let's say, thing?
I think there was nothing really specifically, because we had that freedom to be like modern with it, and like, we used our own accents, for example. I mean, can you imagine if we all had to do French accents, or it was all in French? So there was things that made it easier, and there was particular scenes that were like quite exhausting and grueling, and the costume I had to wear was very heavy. The cardinal costume was very heavy, and we were shooting in the height of summer, and I was wearing velvet and all these layers of velvet. So that was quite difficult.
Catherine has a magician. He has lured her over to the dark arts.
Drink.
You are cold, possessed of the black heart, just as they say.
Sometimes it feels like I can make things happen if I want them badly enough. If you don't teach your enemies a lesson, then they'll never learn.
Let's say there's a lot of fantasy around the monarchy. I wonder, could you imagine living like a member of the royalty? Would you like it?
I wouldn't personally, no.
I mean,
No.
There's so much fantasy, right? Around it.
For me, it's like, I think the intrusion of being such a public figure is the first thing that would scare me. But that kind of intrusion of being, like, for example, the royal family, our royal family, that would just, I wouldn't like that.
Thank you so much, Ray. I wish we could, keep on talking.
Yeah, I know.
It was nice, but they tell me I should wrap it up. But thank you for this time, and wish you the best with the Serpent Queens. I really enjoyed the first episodes that I got the chance to watch.
Thank you so much. Thank you.